In the ancient world, time was understood as circular, with set cycles repeating themselves over and over without progress or destination. In Judaism, time has a clear trajectory and goal that was defined from its very inception. Before creation reaches its crescendo, however, humanity in general and the Jewish people in particular are in a state of exile. And what is the shore that we are all aiming to reach? Redemption, return, recognition, renewal. This dynamic dialectic of exile and redemption runs throughout human history, but it will one day resolve in an era of ultimate redemption, described by the sages as Yom Shekulo Shabbat, a never-ending day of Shabbat. In Hebrew, the difference between the words exile, Gola, and the redemption, Gula, is but a single letter, Aleph. The transition from Gola to Gula is thus marked by the discovery of God's infinite oneness hiding within the fragmentation of the finite world. According to Kabbalah, God created a world in which His presence is not overt. We must seek Him out. But why? Doesn't this divine occlusion introduce the very experience of exile we strive to overcome? The answer is that in order for the Infinite One to create a finite world teeming with multiplicity, He had to constrict His own omnipresence, thus creating the space within which creation itself could arise and exist. In the language of the mystics, this is referred to as God's zipsum, or self-contraction. And furthermore, God's zipsum, created by the conditions necessary for human free will to emerge, which is an integral component of God's plan for creation. This meta-historical process will culminate with an awareness that nature itself is supernatural, that there is truly nothing other than God. This shift from exile to redemption, from fragmentation to unity, is therefore quite literally radical because it is simultaneously a decisive break with what has been dualistic consciousness based on artificial binaries, such as having been present and available at the root of our experience all along. The dawning of divine consciousness will disclose the seamless fusion of the natural and supernatural orders, revealing that the perceived dichotomy between nature and divinity was never truly accurate. The divine hand was guiding the natural order all along. Such revelation of divinity from within the natural order itself is part of the Messianic unveiling. Fittingly, as the arc of history bends ever forward, the fulfillment of Judaism's utopian vision for the future as articulated by the Hebrew prophets is already materializing all around us, not through miraculous means, but through natural progress and scientific discovery. For example, according to Swedish economic historian Johan Norberg, if someone had told you in 1990 that over the next 25 years, world hunger would decline by 40%, child mortality would halve, and extreme poverty would fall by 3/4, you'd have told them they were a naive fool. But the fools were right. This is truly what has happened. Additionally, through too many medieval advances to count, miracles are all around us. Today, the lame are dancing with the aid of prosthetics. The blind can see, as 80% of visual impairment has already been cured, and through stem cell research, scientists are well on their way to curing deafness, bringing to life the Messianic prophecies of Isaiah. Then will the eyes of the blind be opened and the ears of the deaf be unstopped. Then will the lame leap like a deer. Incredibly, after so many millennia of aggression between nations of the world, there is now a move towards nuclear disarmament. War, hunger, and disease, the three greatest struggles in humanity's long history, are becoming increasingly more manageable and could potentially be eradicated if humanity were to undergo a Messianic shift of consciousness. Only when humanity begins to see the world through God's eyes will our world achieve its full Messianic potential.